Some of my favorite episodes of Star Trek are the ones that have just a tinge of horror to them. I've really enjoyed seeing them dive into that in some of the newer Trek shows and pushing the boundaries a little bit on those. And this episode definitely scratched that itch. I am, of course, talking about the newest episode of Star Trek Strange New Worlds, which is called Lost in Translation, and it is giving us another episode focused around Uhura. Now, she got her first episode really early on in season 1, and it was one of the best episodes of the season, in my opinion. And this episode is another one of the best ones I have seen in Strange New Worlds thus far. In Lost in Translation, the USS Enterprise is dispatched to Bannon's Nebula, a remote frontier location with a problematic deuterium refinery. Temporary Fleet Captain Pike assigns Commander Chin Riley and Ensign Uhura to resolve the station's issues, but things take a dark turn when Uhura starts experiencing strange and unsettling visions, leading her on a journey through past traumas. Now, of course, one of the highlights of the episode is the emotional development we get for Uhura. She was never this fleshed out in the original series, but she is certainly given a lot of background and things to chew on throughout this episode and throughout the series so far. And I love her line in this where she's trying to describe what's wrong with her. And she says, "The irony is not lost on me. A communications officer that can't communicate what's wrong with her." And I think we've seen this journey happening through season 1 and season 2 where, she's really good at working through all of these situations and dealing with other people. But when it comes to her own background, there's been so much weight and baggage that has followed her throughout the series. So to see her unpack that a little bit in this episode was really, really cool. Now, not only are we getting a episode that's focused around Uhura, we're also getting a certain character named Captain Kirk, or Lieutenant James T. Kirk in this episode. Paul Wesley is again phenomenal in this role. I again wasn't sure about him when I first saw him on screen, but he's really grown on me. I think he does a great job playing one of the most iconic characters in television history. And since he's in this episode, that means we get the very first meeting between Kirk and Uhura. We get the very first meeting between Spock and Kirk. It's really neat to see kind of those first steps in what we know is going to lead to a very long relationship. But the episode, beyond just an amazing cast, also visually looks really cool. It's a huge step up from what we saw a couple episodes ago where they explored Rigel 7. The effects in this one are really, really good and haunting. There's a very ethereal and kind of unsettling quality to the moments where Uhura is having these visions, for lack of a better word. And there's a couple of VFX moments that really lock into those shots that make them really, really impressive. And again, I just can't believe that TV shows look like this now. Like, I think of watching like Smallville. Like, you would never be tricked into thinking a scene from Smallville was a theatrically released Superman movie. And now you're watching Star Trek, and like, yes, you can see the TV budget sometimes, but the fact that we're getting spaceships flying around that we can buy, and we're getting these really cool transformation effects and this amazing makeup on Hemmer, like it's really, really cool. I'm excited about it, and I love tuning in each week. And the episode really packs a punch. Like I said, it's unsettling, but it also has a lot of great emotional moments in it. And I love the episode, and I love what it promises for the future. Like I said, I love the meeting with Spock and Kirk. I love Uhura really getting more and more into her journey with Starfleet. This was a phenomenal episode, and I'm excited to see Hemmer back just for a short while. Like, he's a character who is gone way too soon, and I really loved his character. I'm actually reading a novelization based on Strange New Worlds right now, and Hemmer is a voice within that book, and I was like, man, I really miss his presence among the Strange New Worlds crew. But I love this episode, love the horror elements to it, love the direction. Curious to know what you guys thought. Drop a comment below and let me know what you thought of Lost in Translation, the newest Strange New Worlds episode.